The Numidians were one of the most famous horse cultures in history. They held in their hands the fate of both Rome and Carthage. The Numidians accompanied Hannibal over the Alps and the Romans in the dark forest of Germany. They were described as being armed with spears and shields, fearlessly dashing into battle against a variety of enemies. In the Jugurthine War, the Numidians are said to have held foot races, horse races, and javelin throwing competitions. The word used for javelin is also applied to arrows. I think it's hard for modern scholars to imagine a whole army of African mounted archers. We have some artwork to tell us the truth, though. The Jugurthine rebellion, Jugurtha inflicted embarrassing defeats upon the Roman army. They were fast and elusive, much like the Huns in the 400 A.D. era. The Numidians were wholly superior to the Gallic horsemen employed by Scipio. That's well known to history. They were even better than the Roman and Italian cavalry. The Numidians would um, retreat at first shock and then return boldly to charge the next moment. This same move was made famous by the Parthians. The Numidians were experts at the maneuver and they used it constantly. The Numidians were made up of a number of tribes. At the head of these people were the Gaetuli. The Gaetuli were the largest Libyan tribe, according to Strabo, as far as numbers. The Arabs called the Gaetuli Gadola. The Godola was said to have lived in Mauritania, right? To bring us to the present day, the Fulani were called Godola in the annals of the Mauritanian kings. The elusiveness and speed of the Fulani is completely in step with their Numidian ancestors. This is seen in the frustration of the colonial tax collectors of the British Empire at later times. Juba I was the descendant of the great king Massinissa. Massinissa was the king that commanded the Numidians through their victories over the Romans and the Carthaginians. Pompey was sent to Numidia to reinstall King Himphathal. Juba I allied himself with Pompey. Julius Caesar himself blew that alliance when he pulled Juba I's beard during a trial. Juba I defeated Caesar's general Suriel. He annihilated the Roman army, and Suriel was killed. Several senators were marched to Numidia and was paraded into in a procession and then executed, much like the Romans did at the time. At the Battle of the Passus, Jupiter first fled with the Roman general Marcus Prudius. They made a suicide pact, and sources vary on the outcome of this battle because they decided on battle. More likely, Juba I defeated the Roman general and then killed himself with the aid of a slave. The This was done so one of the people could at least have an honorable death. Juba II was the only child of Juba I. Numidia became a Roman province, and after the battle of Thapsus, Juba II was sent to Rome, where he was educated, and he was given Roman citizenship. He fought alongside Octavian in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Juba II returned to Numidia. Numidia was combined with Mauritania. Juba II was said to be the most highly educated citizen in the empire. The Numidians later joined Gersonic. They were said to have been the only people that the Goths feared.
Horses were as fire, their faces black as pitch, their eyes shone like burning candles. Their horses were swift as leopards and the riders fiercer than a wolf in the sheepfold at night. The noble Goths were broken in an hour, quicker than tongue can tell. Oh, luckless Spain!
Orasium from the Vandals. Not a single enemy had until now ever come there or so much as caused the barbarians to be afraid that they would come.